Xin Chao, and welcome to another ESL Travel Talk with Mike McKinnon. Today we're going to be traveling from Ho Chi Minh City all the way over to San Francisco in Northern California, USA. It's a very popular trip and a very famous city, so let's take a look at San Francisco Bay Area, California. Getting from Ho Chi Minh City to San Francisco is very easy. There are many flights each day as many people fly back and forth from San Francisco to Ho Chi Minh City. You can see that it is about a 15-hour flight, 14 to 15 hours over the Pacific Ocean almost the whole way. If you look online for flights, you will see that China Southern Airlines has really good prices on flights, and they are a good, clean airline. It will cost you about 20 million dong for a round-trip airline ticket from Ho Chi Minh City to San Francisco and come back. The San Francisco Bay Area is located on the far west coast of the United States of America. It is in the state of California. California is a very large state and a little similar to Vietnam. As you can see from the map, it has a large coast, a long coastline with many beaches, and many cities were built and started along the coasts. A little bit of some of the interesting history of San Francisco is that it was started by the Spanish explorers who first were sailing their ships around the Pacific Ocean and discovering that area back in the 1750s to 1800, and they started a small settlement where they could replenish their ships, bring on food and water. They built a small church there, and a small town was developed where they could take care of the ships. In the 1850s, though, gold was discovered up in the hills near San Francisco, and many thousands and thousands of people came to San Francisco to try and go to the gold fields and dig gold and find a fortune. Over the next 10, 15, and 20 years, all the gold that was brought out of the mountains came down to San Francisco. Many great banks were started there with all this gold. An interesting point is that Levi pants, blue denim pants, were invented in San Francisco for the gold miners to wear because they were so strong and lasted so long. During World War II, San Francisco was a shipping and supply for the U.S. Navy. Over the years, it has slowly grown and grown into today an amazing, large, and very modern city. Why would I go to San Francisco? Why would I want to go there? Well, first of all, it is one of the world's most beautiful cities. It is on the Pacific Ocean. It is famous for the Golden Gate and the bay. The weather is beautiful. There are many nice things about San Francisco. It is a very beautiful city to go see. It is one of the most visited tourist cities in the world and is the third most visited city of all the cities in the world. There are so many great things to do there, so many great activities. You will see some of them in a minute. There are many, many Vietnamese people already living there. Maybe you have some friends or family that live in the San Francisco Bay Area and you would like to go visit them. There are so many amazing and famous places in San Francisco, it is hard to tell you about all of them. But some of them you might know. The famous Golden Gate Bridge is the gateway to California and is world famous. It is really beautiful to go out and walk around on the Golden Gate Bridge. Another famous place, world famous in San Francisco, is Lombard Street. Lombard Street is curvy, windy streets, one of the most curviest streets in the world, and is covered with flowers. People always like to go there and drive and walk up and down and see it. Another very famous, in fact world famous, place for tourists in San Francisco is Fisherman's Wharf. Fisherman's Wharf is down along the bay and is very famous for where all the fish and seafood comes from. Some more really fun things to do in San Francisco are shopping. The downtown area, the downtown and Union Square area, have all the world's most famous stores. Nordstrom's, Neiman Marcus, Macy's. People love to come and go shopping there. There are so many amazing and beautiful things to buy. Another great place is the Aquarium of the Bay. This fish aquarium is one of the most amazing in the world and is really fantastic for both parents and children. But you can see many of the large fish that you could not see anywhere else at the famous San Francisco Aquarium by the Bay. San Francisco is also known and famous for their baseball team, the San Francisco Giants. If you've never watched a baseball game, to go watch a baseball game on a nice afternoon is a beautiful way to spend the day. To go to the ballpark and watch the game. Okay, some other really great things to do around the city of San Francisco and the Bay Area are, number one, Alcatraz Island. Alcatraz Island is now a state park, but was a former federal prison, and many of America's famous criminals were held there, and tourists always like to go out to Alcatraz Island and see that park. If you drive just a little bit to the north, about 10 or 15 minutes, not far, across the bridge, you will come to the little town of Sausalito. Sausalito is really fun, and you can go kayaking there. Kayaks are small little boats that you can paddle in San Francisco Bay, and it is a great family adventure and a great way to see San Francisco. If you drive a little bit more, you will be in the famous Napa Valley. If you like good wine and wine tasting, you know the Napa Valley. Most of the world's great wines are grown in the Napa Valley, and there are now many, many beautiful wineries that you can go and visit the winery, see how wine is made, and enjoy tasting the different kinds of wine in nice restaurants. So these are just a few of the other things around the San Francisco area that are very, very popular with tourists. One of the really great things about San Francisco, besides all the beautiful places to go and things to do, is all the good food. San Francisco is famous for many, many good restaurants and many international restaurants. You can find foods from everywhere. The first time I tried a banh mi sandwich, a famous Vietnamese banh mi sandwich, was in San Francisco. Every year, San Francisco has a big food festival where they cook out on the streets and people can come and try and eat many of the good foods. But San Francisco is really famous for all its very, very good seafoods. Crabs and shrimps and fish. Very, very good seafood. If you like seafood, San Francisco is a great place for you. Okay, so maybe now you're interested in going to San Francisco, but let's talk about a few travel tips. First of all, remember that San Francisco is beautiful and a great place to visit, but is very expensive. Check your hotels and do research. Paying $150 to $300 a night or more can be very expensive. The best time of year to go is in the spring, April or May, or in the fall, September or October. In the summer, June, July, and August, it is very, very busy, and there are many, many people, and will be more expensive. So you will have a better time and save a little money if you go in the spring or fall. And I will tell you that the weather is the best in the spring or fall. There are so many things to do, you should probably have at least 4 or 5 days to spend in San Francisco.